What did I buy from the coin cabinet at their recent auction? You'll have to watch this video and find out. I went shopping at the recent coin cabinet auction before I left for America. The actual auction is conducted using the Biddr, Biddr.ch Swiss auction site, which is the home of many different coin auctions in Europe. And I bought 3 coins at this auction, and they were waiting for me when I got back from the States. So today I'm bringing you what should be, I think, a pretty special unboxing. You've seen a lot of coins on my channel. Hope you find them interesting. And this is particularly special because all of these coins I chose and bought for me, and as part of a process of kind of changing my collection, changing my stack, upgrading. And this particular coin, or the one that is at the end of this video, is a very special coin indeed, actually. And I sold something like 19 smaller items in order to get the cash to pay for this coin in particular. So let's take a little look. Inside this little package we have three coins. So these are 3 auction purchases. 2 of them are kind of regular kind of things I might have bought either on eBay or kind of at other auctions, and one of them is something that I was particularly hunting for and something particularly special, and I'll show you why that is later on in this video. So let's take a look at the first one. And I bought this. It's an 1816 silver sixpence. The reason I bought it is its condition is absolutely stunning. 1816 is probably not the most expensive year for sixpences, but this is an old coin. It's over 200 years old. It's George III, and it's almost proof-like, because you've almost got a it's not a proof coin, but you can see quite a lot of mirror at the back in those fields when I hold it up to the light, and you can see there's basically proof-like frosting over George's head. So I mean, this, if one didn't know, and if one saw this coin, would probably think this is a proof coin. It must have been one of the earliest ones produced on this particular set of dies to have that kind of frosting on it. I like it a lot. MS65 PCGS. It's a quality coin, and anyone's collection would be a good home for this kind of coin. This is exactly the kind of thing that you don't see very often, and I think it's a really nice example of its type. I think I had a shilling or another sixpence a while back. I thought also 1816, and it wasn't nearly as nice as this. It was one I bought at the Orlando Money Show when I was over there, because I just wanted to come away from that show with some new purchase. But I sold that on eBay because I didn't really fall in love with it. You can see from this one, it's a whole different ball game. I think it's a really stunning coin. So very pleased with this one. Be interesting to know what you guys think about that. On to coin number 2. So coin number 2 is a sovereign. It's a shieldback sovereign, and whenever I see these of particular dates, at the right price, then I think the shieldback sovereigns are by far the nicest of the kind of regular sovereigns that you might get, and they are a little bit more expensive. Shieldback sovereign prices seem to be creeping up quite considerably, and there's now quite a big margin, more than there used to be, over between shieldback sovereigns and St. George sovereigns. This particular one is not in absolutely uncirculated condition by any means, but it's respectable, and it's an 1858 sovereign. It's a shame there's that little kind of bag mark over her cheek, but no, that may very well end up losing me a grade or something, but I'm not quite sure. 1858, there were only 800,000 of these minted compared to even several million in 1859, both of which are very hard to find. But I think 1858 is not a year that you will see very often. It's a rare year, marked in Marsh as rare. And there are some varieties, and let's just take a look at the different mintages and varieties of the 1858 from the Gold Sovereign book. If you do collect sovereigns and you haven't already bought this book, it's probably about £35 or something. I would certainly recommend it. It includes both the Sovereign Marsh book and the Half Sovereign in one book. But you can see here 1858 unbarred A in great. There's also 8 struck over 7 and normal. 803,234 sovereigns minted only for that year. So very low mintage. The year before was 4.5 million. Before that, 5 million. It's marked as they're all rare, and the varieties are very rare. It's possible this one is a variety. It looks potentially like it might qualify as an unbarred A's. I don't know. There isn't very much of a premium with varieties over the regular coin with sovereigns. So don't think just because it's a variety, or it may be a variety, that it is actually something wildly valuable generally, even if it has an R2 or an R3 designation in Marsh. Okay, so on to the finale of this. This is the coin that I sold many other coins to buy. I decided that I prefer to have slightly fewer coins of better quality if they're not being bought just for bullion. And there you have it. This is a very beautiful proof 1887 sovereign. It's in a PCGS holder, as you can see, and it's designated proof 63 DCAM, which is the same as NGC's Ultra Cameo. It shows that it was probably one of the first coins minted from the particular die when this was made. Still had a lot of frosting on the die, giving it this beautiful raised up look. These are not incredibly rare, but they are very valuable and scarce. There were 760 odd minted, and you can see here where they come from. I just wanted to include this video footage so you can put it into some kind of perspective. So they come from the 1887 proof set. There were about 760 of these proof sets minted. It contained all of the silver coins and the gold coins in 5, 2, 1 and half denominations. This particular proof set I videoed in December last year over at DNW, and it was later auctioned, and I'll show you the auction results of this set in a minute so you can kind of get an idea on price as well. But you can see the half sovereign there, and watch out for another video for the half sovereign in the same year that I picked up as well. And all of these coins, even the ones in this set, you can see a tiny bit of a few hairlines on them, because they were all put into these kind of velour fabric cases that where the fibres in the case actually then made these hairlines on the coins. So none of them are really perfection in that way. But you can see here the silver ones are beautifully toned, very, I mean, there's something about proof coins that I really like, and I'm gearing my collection a little bit more towards proof coins at the moment than circulation coins. You can see how some of these coins were presented. This is not the usual case. This particular one was a custom case made for this set, but this is kind of how they were originally kind of shown and presented. And you can see here in the auction stats, sold for £36,000 plus 20% buyer's premium, so another 6,000, so maybe £42,000 all in for the set. So you can just see how nice it is to even be able to have one of these coins in a private collection that is not some tyrant kind of collection. Beautiful coin. I'm really pleased with it. You can see all those customary little lines, and maybe if it didn't have the lines, it might be a proof 66 or 67, but a lot of them have the lines, and 63 Ultra Cameo is actually pretty respectable for this coin. You've got a couple of tiny marks over Victoria's face. Again, if it didn't have those one or two little scuffs, it probably would have got a little bit higher. But, this is 1887. This is now, 110 years old. And you can imagine the handling that this kind of coin has had while it was in its proof set, or in a coin cabinet, or in people's collections over the last 100 years. It's amazing, really, that these coins have remained in such a great condition, and a testimony really to the care people have shown on these things that have been treasured possessions over many, many years. So very pleased with this. It's going to stay in its PCGS holder. No cross-grading shenanigans at the moment, but we'll see. The half sovereign that you'll see in another video very shortly will be graded with NGC, and we'll see what grade that gets as well. Hopefully that'll do pretty well. But I hope that a lot of you guys stayed or fast forwarded to the end of this video and managed to see this beautiful coin. Here's a little bit more about it from the Marsh book. You can see here there are actually several different versions. There's a kind of a special version of this coin which is extremely rare, which was produced as a kind of sample coin, and that has the necklace with a slightly different number of beads. I think 13 beads in that one compared to 14 in the regular one. I don't know how much that would be, but I guess an awful lot of money if you have one of the special, very, very different style coins that were produced just to test it out. So I'll leave you with some last little close-up pictures of this new purchase. And what's next on my list? Well, possibly the sovereign and the half sovereign from the 1893. There were a few less of these minted in 1893 than the 1887 ones, and they are around about the same price, maybe 15% more in the market than the 1887. So if I can find some good ones over the next year, then they might very well be on my shopping list by selling a few of my other less rare coins.